Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Find Your Model Health, the official podcast of Shemaine's Model Health for those looking to optimize their long-term health and weight goals. I'm your host. I'm Shemaine Linney. I'm a biohacker, fitness and nutrition specialist, and recently certified iridologist. I'm very happy to have you back with me for another episode, and I hope you find this episode super helpful. I was on a little bit of a hiatus with my vacation and trying to get all my ducks back in a row upon my return, but now I'm well back into the swing of things. So let's get the show on the road with podcasts, and I have a lot more cool topics coming up over the next few weeks. Again, hopefully you find them super helpful. So before I go on, I must remind you that the information in these podcasts is for informational purposes only and should not be taken as medical advice. Okay, today, as the title says, we're looking at bioavailable minerals and why, so specifically minerals, and why a lot of minerals don't get absorbed in your body. We know that minerals are super important for cellular function and optimal health, even though I think some people still don't quite understand how important they are when it comes to stress. So when we are very stressed, we can deplete our mineral pools a lot quicker. Also, if we're not eating the correct nutrition, then our mineral pools or storage tanks can deplete a lot. Also, that a lot of the foods we do consume are devoid of good minerals. So we want to look at what are the best ways to get minerals into your body. Now, excuse me, how can we best get them into your body? Because unfortunately, a lot of supplements don't always work, especially if they are poor quality or if your gut is compromised. So the gut obviously plays a huge part in nutrition. Whether or not you have leaky gut, whether or not you have diarrhea, whether or not you have constipation. So there's a whole lot there that will determine whether or not minerals, vitamins, nutrients, fatty acids are going to get utilized properly. So minerals are little agents of action, or another way to think of them is they're like spark plugs in a car. In order for anything to happen in your car, you need a spark plug to spark the energy system in the car, right? Well, that's just how minerals work in your body. They spark systems to work. They can also buffer negative acidic processes in the body and contribute to positive acidic processes in the body. So they're not only important for our cellular health and function and making everything work correctly, they're also very important for keeping an optimal or a normal pH level throughout the body, and a healthy pH level too at that. Now, when we're talking about minerals, we generally are looking at nutritional minerals in the form of iron, zinc, calcium, chloride, magnesium is a big one, phosphorus, potassium, another big one, sodium, of course, and sulfur. So minerals that are essential for a healthy body. So pretty much, I think, many people know the benefits of vitamins and minerals, or at least that you need them in your diet. But here's the thing. Most mineral supplements, or inorganic minerals as they're known, are simply ground up rocks, because that's where we get a lot of our minerals, unless they're made in a lab synthetically, but a lot of them we get from the earth. Now, Wikipedia states, minerals are a solid chemical compound that occurs naturally in pure form. Minerals are most commonly associated with rocks due to the presence of minerals within rocks. Okay, with that taken into consideration, we know that humans can't break down or digest or absorb rocks, right? So we need to get our minerals generally from plants, because plants contain acids called humic and fulvic acids. So humic and fulvic acids are the final breakdown constituents of the natural decay of plant and animal materials, and they're in the earth. And these organic acids can be found in earth deposits all over the world, and some dating back to prehistoric times. So humic matter is formed through the chemical and biological humification of plant and animal matter, and through the biological activities of bacteria or microorganisms. So basically, when animals, plants die and they rot and they degrade back into the earth, that humification and that breakdown from the bacteria turns it into the humic and fulvic acids. So then when we look at a plant gets light from the sun, which it converts into energy, and then its roots go down into the ground and it absorbs acids that turn inorganic rocks into usable organic minerals. So it absorbs these humic and fulvic acids that have already made rocks break down and turn into organic minerals. And this is very important because now the minerals are in living form and they're more bioavailable. Also, just as a side note, if you eat an animal that eats grass, then that meat is going to have a mineral content. That's one of the reasons why you want to eat grass-fed and wild animals and pasture-raised animals as much as possible, to not only keep the chemicals low, but to have that nice presence of those minerals. Because the reality is that our soil is almost devoid of minerals nowadays due to agricultural practices and volume of demand on the soil. That's why people are getting more into biodynamic farming and reconditioning the soil. So even if we are eating a lot of wild or grass-fed animals and a lot of plant matter, we may still not be getting enough minerals into our diet. And this is another reason why I'm a huge proponent of mineral water out of glass on a regular basis, so at least we can try keep on top of the mineral requirements. And of course, mineral water deriving its minerals from the rocks that it runs through, from natural springs or water sources. That mineral water is a good source of minerals. But apart from eating plants and animals, there's another way to get minerals, and that is through a fulvic acid supplement. So by putting minerals inside humic or fulvic acid liquids, that means we would be putting inorganic minerals inside the liquid, and it gets converted into organic minerals, so then it gets absorbed better through your gut. So the fulvic acid works kind of like a delivery mechanism that delivers minerals into your cells. You get more minerals for less cost when you deliver your minerals in this form. Kind of like Amazon Prime. You can get things cheaper and faster and more effectively. So when you're looking at minerals, you're best looking at whole foods and in the presence of fulvic acid if you can. You can get a fulvic acid tincture. I have one. It doesn't taste very pleasant, but however, a lot of the time I'll say if something tastes gross, it's usually good for you, and a lot of the time that's true. But you can get a fulvic acid tincture from Amazon. If you live locally to Airdrie or Calgary, you can also visit the Light Cellar in Calgary. That's where I got mine. And Community Foods, I believe, have some too. If you're not in Calgary or Airdrie, you can look in your other health stores. If you're down the States, it's most likely Whole Foods carries some good fulvic acids as well. And also, digestive enzymes can play a part here, especially with the absorption and effective breakdown and delivery of vitamins and minerals. But that really is a conversation for another day because enzymes is quite an in-depth topic. So I hope that kind of cleared up a bit about minerals and your best ways to get minerals. So you're looking at your plant foods, you're looking at your grass and wild animals. You are looking at mineral water if you can do that regularly throughout your week, preferably through a glass bottle. You also, of course, can look at sea vegetables, so your algae, your seaweeds. You can also look at a really good high grade sea salt, Celtic sea salt being one of the best. You can use pink Himalayan, but you must understand that the mineral profile in pink Himalayan salt is not as good as sea salt, and it does lack some minerals that we do require. But otherwise, I hope you guys again found this helpful. Please share with anyone you feel may benefit. Have a great weekend at this stage, and I'll chat to you guys again next week. Bye-bye.